The mission report is entitled as Praising God with HIV. Praising God with HIV. We have a Sabbath lesson. You can turn with me to page 103 and you can be able to follow the mission report. Maria Samo, the HIV, and is praising God. Can you just imagine a person who's affected with HIV praising God? Samo was born into a Seventh-day Adventist family in a village of Nikuoda, Mozambique. And she got baptized at the age of 7. And her village had no high school, so she moved to Quilime, a 30-minute drive to the south to continue her studies. There she made new friends who introduced her to alcohol and tobacco. Samo's parents didn't know that she smoked and she drank until after she got married. Her father came to visit one day and walked in as Samo was smoking. He didn't say a word, but guilt washed over Samo, and she resolved never to smoke or drink again. So once your father comes and he sees you doing something and he doesn't make a comment on anything and just leaves away, you see that guilt feeling was absolutely there. Quitting smoking, okay, proved to be quite easy, but not quitting to drink. Yeah, she had to go to a rehabilitation center, and mostly within 45 days, she was able to overcome. But she prayed for God for help. God answered in an unusual way. She said she began to suffer from severe panic attack, and fearing that she would die, Samo's husband took her to South Africa for medical treatment. The South African physician warned that she would die in 3 months if she didn't go up anything. So she had to go to rehab for 45 days program, and then she reconsecrated her life to Jesus. That's what she says. Then her husband died 6 years later. She received the shocking news that he had been infected with HIV and passed on the virus to her too. No mistake of hers, and she had to suffer the carrier of her lovely husband's HIV virus in her too. For that time, she said with a smile, I've been praising the Lord. How can that be possible? An HIV-affected person praising God for what she has received? I don't know. My health is better than it was before I contracted the virus, and my conscience is clear, she said. Many times a conscience, if it is absolutely clear, the health sprouts from within. That's what it means to say. Today, Samo, a grandmother of 4, works at a cradle, buying gold and precious stones in various villages and selling them to Nampula, Mozambique's third largest city. But her passion is encouraging others with HIV. Many people lose hope when they learn that they're infected. She said they don't have anything to talk to and they die. She said Adventists should have a special burden to reach out to those with HIV, praying with them and encouraging them. I share the hope that I have in Jesus and is soon coming. She said, what a personality, right? Can't just imagine a person affected with HIV praising God and still encouraging others to be able to come in contact with Jesus, knowing that there is a hope and the Lord is a hope to descend and take His children home. Amen? That's a beautiful thought from the mission report that we have. Okay, let's get into our Sabbath school lesson. Even though we're few in number, we can be able to discuss a very important, intricate way of how we can be able to learn this beautiful lesson that we have. What have they seen in your house? A question has to be asked in each one as a family. What have they seen in your house? Our houses are meant to be beautified. Right, Sister Mary?
Yes.
Houses always to be meant to be beautified. We to get good sofas and colorful, blankets, and everything has been arranged. The bedroom is looking so beautiful, and everything is when people come and say, wow, nice sofa, wow, nice chair, wow, nice bed. Wow, where did you get this from? Oh, wow, you arranged this so beautifully. You'll see, that's what we anticipate. And there's nothing wrong in anticipating a house to be beautiful part. There's something much more than that, okay, that we are going to explain today, expound today. Our memory text is taken from 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. It says, but you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, his own special people, that you may proclaim the praise of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So the beauty of this memory text is self-explanatory. We have been called as chosen generation. The question that I want to ask is, are we being able to live up to the expectation of that we have been chosen by God in this generation? That's what it means to say. And again, it says our royal priesthood means priesthood stands for something which is very intimate and intricate. Priesthood stands to be a mediator person between two parties. That's what it means to say. So God has chosen us to be mediators between two parties. And that's what it's called as royal priesthood. And we are in this last generation, that's one of the reasons he addresses each one of us as a holy nation. So unless you and I become holy, you and I can't be able to enter into the royalty. If you and I have not been able to be entering into royalty, so which means it's simply understood we are not chosen. You see, you can be able to replicate the words in the same word here. If you have been chosen, then you're going to be royal. If you're royal, then you're holy. Until unless you're holy, you can't be royal. Until unless you're royal, you can't be chosen. You see, everything is absolutely revolving there. And that's it. Why has he chosen? And he says, his own special people. If God has been choosing us, he has a special reason and a special purpose in each one of our lives. What is that person? What is that perception of life? It says that you may what? You may what? Underline that word. Proclaim. Why has he chosen us? Why are we royal priesthood? Why are we special? Because he has put that trust in each one of us to what? Proclaim. What to proclaim? The praises of him who called you out of darkness into a marvelous light. Once upon a time, we all were in darkness, right? And even now also we are in darkness. That's a different question. We talk about our genealogical evidences, especially tracing our roots from India. Don't you think so? We all were idol worshippers one way or the other, not knowing the Father, worshipping another Father, and calling the idols as above Father. And today, we have found the new Father, the real Father. The whole world was there, being part here. And then he was not a real Father. But today, we have found a real Father. So what happens when you find your real Father, whom you never knew before? How happy, how joyous the person who gave us birth. The beauty of this text is this, that what happens when we find our real Father, which means that we were there all the way from darkness to light. We have moved from one phase of life to another. We have moved from unrealistic way of life to the most realistic way of life. Knowing from the unknown to the known. Okay, from understanding the implications of what we were before and coming out to the marvelous light that the Lord has been able to show to each one of us. What a blessedness, amen? Once upon a time we are following the idols, once upon a time we are following the hedonistic way of life and things like that, not knowing anything, and God has got us to the light today. How grateful are we? How praiseful we are supposed to. And once the Lord has got us to light, and what is our implicative way of life? We have to pass on this light. And that's one of the reasons the Lord has told each one of us that we have been what? Chosen generation, royal priesthood, and a holy nation, and his own special people. How can we become so special to him? He has called us to be special, but are we special? Perhaps we have reached the stage when there's a lot of turmoil in our families. Might be pain, might be joy, might be happiness, might be heartaches. Whatever the condition is all about in a house, just imagine. Whatever the condition that we have been prevailing today. Don't you think so? We are better off than somebody else. Have you ever thought? Many times we always see our excruciating pain in our hearts and compare, and we say, why has the Lord been able to give this to me? Why has the Lord been able to put me into this predicament? Why has the Lord been able to not see me at all? We just read in the mission report about this lady called Sabbath, where having HIV virus, she started praising God. No wonder Paul implicitly saying it very clearly, either in sickness, either in good, either in life, either in death. Nothing can separate me from the love of Christ. So what will I do? I will keep on praising His name. You and I have been chosen for only one reason. That's what the psalmist says, that we keep on praising God in whatever the circumstances that we prevail. Why? Because once upon a time we were in darkness, we have been called into the marvelous light, and once we are in light, who is there with us? The light of righteousness, the Son of righteousness is there next to us. So, sickness, when it sees the light, or darkness, when it sees the light, what happens? It runs away. You see? So what happens with you and me? We keep on praising God. That's what it means to say. Whatever the circumstances, we might be able to be there. And we have to keep on praising God. And we do have, okay? There's a story of Hezekiah. We know the story of Hezekiah, right? Hezekiah was sick. He was about to die. God proclaimed and said, come on, I'm taking you now. What happened to Hezekiah? Hezekiah was one of the very good kings that we had. Few good kings, among them he was one of them. What happened? He was absolutely frustrated and he questions God in the angle and say, come on Lord, what is that I have done wrong? Have I not followed your statutes? Yes, you have followed my statutes. Have I not followed your instructions? Yes. Was I not been able to do something right and good in your sight? Yes. Was I not been able to follow your instructions? Yes. Then why the sickness? Then why don't you take my life soon? I want to still see much more. Why don't you help me out, extend my life? What happens? God is always a God of mercy, right? He loves children who has been able to be a part of Him. So the Lord grants His heart's desire. That's what the psalmist said. With his experience, he simply says, your heart desire will I what? Fulfill. And the Lord, in His own infinite mercy, He said, yes, you are not being found wanting in the balance. I know you are a good king. You walk in the way how I want. So I'm going to extend. How many years? How many years? How many years did God extend Hezekiah? 10 plus 7, 17 is more. Okay, so less than 2, so 15 long years God extended. Okay, 15 years God extended the life of Hezekiah and said, come on, man, you are already. So, there's an important aspect of it. When God is there with us, even death gets scared. Amen? Sickness runs away. Death can never harm you, sickness can never harm you, your sadness can never harm you. Why? Because who is there? The Lord is there. So what happened? The extension of life was given to what? Hezekiah. How many years? 15 long years. What happened? Was he happy? Was he happy? Very happy. How much do you think so he was happy? I'm not going to go to the internal part of the story. There's a beautiful message actually in the internal part of Hezekiah's story. It takes a different road altogether. I'm going to preach that one day. When I preach that message, I don't want you to miss that. Okay? Anyone who missed that one. I will let you know at the earliest, most probably. What happened that after the extension of life, there are many people who came to know about Hezekiah, about the miraculous healing, because everybody thought Hezekiah is going to die, because that was his condition. And then we had people from Babylon and different places just to come and see and visit Hezekiah. How can this happen? And with Christ, everything is possible. Right? And that's what the demonstration is all about. When people from Babylon and all the other places started coming and trying to see what happened, what was the thing, what did Hezekiah show? What did Hezekiah say? What did he show, man? Everything he showed. Everything. See my sofa? Beautiful. See my car? See the gold? See the pearls? So what did they get out of Hezekiah's house?
Nothing.
What did they get? What did the Babylonians or the other people when they came and visited, what did they get? Wow. Hezekiah's treasure. Hezekiah's way of life. Many times that's the way how our lives also are, right? We decorate our houses, we try to get the best out, we try to do a whole lot of things. And that's what the Sabbath school lesson is about. What have they seen in your house? We have been so externalized in our life that people are, of course, sometimes here we don't even have an opportunity to enter into a house. That's a different question. In India, everything is full up. Okay, in America, everything is closed. That's a different question. What I'm trying to say is this. When people from Babylon came into what was supposed to be the demonstration of what Hezekiah was supposed to do? What was Hezekiah supposed to do? He was a chosen generation. Then he was a royal priesthood. God thought that he was absolutely very special to his heart, and he extended life for him. What was he supposed to do? That's what we read in the Bible text. What was he supposed to do? He's supposed to what? Uphold Christ. You see, I'm supposed to die, but God gave me what? Life. Nobody on this earth can be able to do this miracle except my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He was supposed to what? Proclaim what the good, the Lord has been able to do to him. The question comes to each one of us. Any good gifts is from the Lord. Amen? Amen. And share that good with others. If you have not been able to do that, you have become so selfish, you are not magnifying God. God blesses people for only one reason. You know why? To be a what? Blessing. But what happens with people like you and me? Every individual, including me, even though I'm a pastor, we become so selfish. Me, my wife, my children, my grandchildren, I have to be happy. I have to live. Right? That's the way how it happens to the whole humanity today. And there's nothing wrong. But I know about many people who have been so generous, so helpful, been able to share, do everything. In fact, the whole day we are going to discuss something about in this regard. Okay? What is happening to humanity? What happened to Hezekiah? Hezekiah, in order to magnify God, that's one of the reasons I'm so scared. You know, when somebody comes and tells something good about me, the only thing I say is praise God, first thing. When something good happens, when something good happens, you know, sometimes you try to take credit a little bit, right? Oh, I have done a little bit. Okay, I should be able to. I want to take credit. Many times, to be very honest with you, you know, when I try to do something, I anticipate for them to acknowledge me. Many times it happens. I've given $100 to somebody. What happens? I mean, you should recognize me also. I've given. Okay? That's a common understanding. But you know, I always later on found out that it is absolutely wrong. If I have the mind of doing something good to somebody, you know, we are accustomed to do evil. No good things come out of this evil body and this evil mind. But if something good is coming out of me, who is instigating me? It is the Spirit of the Lord. So the glory has to go to whom? Should I take it? No. The glory has to do for whom? For God and God alone. But sometimes we try to take credit, just like I have an example. You go to a hospital with sickness. You pay a lot of money. You know, who is the one who heals? Who is the one who heals? Is it the medicine? Is it the doctor? Who is the one who heals? God. We forget to praise God. We praise the doctor sometimes. Hezekiah did the same thing. He did the same thing. He was supposed to praise God. That's what we read in the text, that God has chosen each one of us to want to praise for every good thing. The very breath of life that we're breathing is we have to praise God. The good clothes that God has been given to us, praise God. The good family that we have, praise God. Sometimes there might be a distorting situation, but don't worry, you are in light. The Lord is there with you, so that should not bother you. You see, that's the lesson that we have been able to learn here. Every visit, okay, when people come and visit our homes, what do they see? It is not only the materialistic things that has to be outshone for people who come into a house. The beauty of evangelism in these last days is when people come into a house, talk about what the Lord has been able to do to you in your life. Talk about the way how the Lord has been brought you from the darkness to light. Talk about all the goods that you've been able, is not yours. It is His and His alone. Talk about the things about how the Lord in His own loving kindness, even though we are in a sinful situation, God has kept us happy. Even though we are in sickness, praise God and say, even though I am sick, God has given me breath of life that I can breathe today and praise Him. I know that I have a hope in Christ. We have to exalt our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ every moment of our life. And that's what we are supposed to do every day and out. We keep on doing that in our families, these pews will not be empty. That makes sense? That makes sense? At least in a week, one person, have you met? At least in a weekly, one person, have we invited an unknown person to be able to come and spend time with us? Or have we been able to go and do something? We are so busy in our own world, right? But still no problem. If your mind and my mind, if my heart and your heart is absolutely ready, God will send people. You know, who called the Babylonians to go to the house of Hezekiah? Did anybody go and tell them, please go and visit Hezekiah? Nobody. How did they, what was the mind that they had? They wanted to go visit. Most probably the Spirit of the Lord would have instigated them to go and see Hezekiah. I don't know. God will send His people. I remember just last week I was there just working, and there was one person from Africa. He came to work in our home. As soon as he came there, he's from Kenya. He came in the night at 12, sorry, 7:30 or 8 o'clock or something. And he came there and I simply said, oh, very nice that you would be able to be a part of us. Welcome. I said, okay, I prepared some food. Will you be able to eat today with me? It should not be a problem. Okay. And he looked at me. That was surprising. Because usually nobody, I don't know, nobody invites that way or something. I said, no, please join me. I made this, and things to that. So we had food. You know, just yesterday, he was mentioning one thing. He said, I'm so glad God got me an opportunity to come and meet you and stay with you. Let the Lord be the witness. Little thought of kindness. You know, for me, I always consider I'm the most privileged person on this whole universe. You know why? Wherever I went, I was talking to Brother Anand every time. You know, God lacked nothing for me. Every moment when I needed it, that exactly on the time God provided everything. Finances, house, car. love, affection, friends. I've never lacked anything as I came into this land. From the day one till now, let me be honest with you. Finances, money, everything. When God has done so much for me, if I'm not able to share a meal, wherever I go to many people's house, they offer me food, they took care of me so nicely. I never paid them anything. And God has done so much for me. Can I be able to do it? That's what the thought just erupted in my mind there. That's what we are supposed to do as a family. You see, I remember the time where when I was in Mysore, there was 8 ladies, old people. They came to a place called Mysore where Dasara was happening. And these are right examples of Dasara was happening. They went to lodge. They didn't find any lodging place. And they came to Adventist church. And they came to know that pastor is staying next to the church. They came to my house, knocked at my door, 12 o'clock to 12:30, 1 o'clock in the night. I don't know who those people were. I never seen them, I never talked to them. They said, Pastor, we don't have a place. Will you be able to give us a place to stay? The Bible says, cast your bread upon water, one day that will yield fruits. I remember those days. I remember those days. I've not done something great. Just invited them because they came and knocked at my door. And God in His own infinite mercy, when I'm here in this strange land, no friends, no relatives. But today, I have a lot of friends, I have a lot of relatives. They kept me in their house, they fed me, they took care of me when I didn't have anything, they volunteered themselves to come. When I didn't have pocket money, they came and gave every month, one person should come and give me $100 and just go away. But I knew that I didn't have money to send home. I don't know how the money came from. They came and they said, okay, Pastor, this is what the money is going to take. Okay. There was something interesting in my mind I want to give you. Just say, oh no. God blesses each one of our lives to be a blessing. Hezekiah's life was blessed so that what? He could be a what? A blessing to others. Only one thing I request from God. I don't ask anything. Let the Lord be the witness. I've never asked, give me money, give me fame, I want a good job, I want a good house. I've never asked. I've only asked God, please give me a grateful heart, you've given everything. The Bible says, ask and it shall be given, right? But I'm telling you today, my dear brothers and sisters, the same Bible says, before you would ask, I know what I'm supposed to what? Provide for you. Hezekiah became a failure. Only one reason, even though God has blessed him, he didn't become a blessing. You know what happened at the end of the story? When people came and saw everything, they started putting eye on Hezekiah's wealth. They came and plundered, took everything and went out. What have they seen in your house? Christians are not called to show off their material posterity or accomplishments. Though they may recognize these as blessings from God, they are called to declare the praise of Him who called you out of darkness into marvelous light. And that's what is absolutely very important in each one of our lives. If we are failure in this, we are a failure of everything. That's what I'm going to say. Any questions in this regard? Anything to add? Anything to delete?
But the Babylonians didn't take all the things from Hezekiah's in his time, but in his children and grandchildren's time it mattered.
Absolutely. But whatever he showed, this is what it is. What happened? Most probably not in his time, yes. And you know one thing? Oh, I don't want to take myself on this one. Okay, I will stop here. So when I preach this sermon on this one, I have very important lessons that we can learn from that. Okay, let's go on a bit first. Okay. Family first. The most natural first recipient of a gospel sharing endeavors are the people in our households. There is no more important mission field than this. How many of you agree with that? How many of you think that many of our family members and relatives have still not known Christ? Do we agree with that? Do we agree with that? The next question. How much of efforts have you put in to be able to reach them out? We give various reasons. Oh, they will not listen. The first thing. Are Baba. We can tell others, not our own family members. But you'll be able to learn in today's lesson that a family comes absolutely first. That's what it means to say. An enthusiastic report. Andrew went beyond the report, right? What happened with Andrew, the disciple of Jesus? When he found Christ, what happened? He got who? Huh?
Find his brother.
Brother! The first duty for each one of us before going to an outreach for a different place or different personalities, reach within our own home. Might be our own husbands, right? Might be our own wives. Might be our own children. Might be our own cousins. Might be our own brothers and sisters. Right? Recollect. Coming to church and listening to God's word and just pushing off will not make any means of happiness in our lives. We have to reach out to our own family members who might not be, it might not take instantaneous 1 day or 1 week or a 1 month or a 1 year or a 2 year or a 5 years program. No, it might take still longer time. But the question is, have we ever reached out to them? If you and I have been reached out to them, praise God. You have sown a seed in their heart. Amen? We have sown a seed in their heart. That's enough. And how will they be able to be converted one day? By living an exemplary life. We might sow the seed, and if we have not been able to live an exemplary life, the way how the Lord has been able to help us to live, then whatever the seeds that we have been sown will absolutely what? It will not replenish. It will deplete in every area. So our life has to be a constant reminder of what we are, how we speak, hospitality will come into existence, how we treat our neighbors, how we talk. All this will play an important role in order to win souls for Christ. And then our immediate family members, that's what he's saying, is helping children to a place of faith. It says, children in a home can often be overlooked as fitting recipients of gospel sharing efforts. Parents mistakenly assume children will simply observe family spirituality. This must not be taken for granted. While children are young, people learn from the modeling they observe. It also is true that these younger members of the Lord's family need individual attention and opportunity to be personally introduced to Him. That's what it means to say. Very important that how our children be able to care for. That's the reason in Deuteronomy chapter 6, it insists on this point. Attention must be given to the most effective kind of religious education. Regular spiritual habits of personal and family worship are to be encouraged in the home. Time and earnest efforts are to be pushed forward on behalf of children and youth. This is absolutely very important. And we have in Luke chapter 1 verse 8 to 22, you'll be able to find the efforts of Naomi. You see, evangelist efforts of Naomi. Ruth saw Naomi at the lowest of moment when she tried to push her daughter-in-law away, and when angry and depressed, she lashed out God, and so that she recounted her process. No more eloquent testimony that Ruth can be given to show that you can meet and make a commitment to a perfect God, even when introduced by Him by an imperfect parent. Beautiful lesson from Ruth. Beautiful lesson from Naomi. That you and I can be able, there are imperfect people on this earth, but still God can use that imperfect person to make it perfect, absolutely. When I was praying in the morning here, I always say, God, I'm a useless guy. I don't know why you're being able to put me here, but I want to be a broken vessel used by the righteous right hand of Christ. If that could be our prayers every moment of our life, and I think so, the Lord can use us, shape us, mold us, fashion us according to His will, and be able to use us as a modeling souls. Just like the Bible says, chosen generation, royal priesthood, and I am your special person. if we keep on praising God and putting and lifting Him higher and higher and higher and higher, what happens? The more higher we lift Jesus, the more higher He lifts you and me. The more higher that He'll be able to be a part of us, He'll make us and our family to be lifted what? More higher than anything and everything else. Does that make sense? Beautifully be able to, our family plays an important role. That has to be a first implicative method how we can be able. Any questions? Sister Amanda?
No?
Any questions?
No, but in Naomi's case, Naomi lived the exemplary life. You know, that's why Ruth was
Absolutely.
interested, and also she didn't want to leave her mother-in-law, even though her sister-in-law left. Because Naomi, in her death of her husband, death of his sons, and no job in a foreign land, but she still kept faithfulness to God. And I think Ruth saw that in her.
Absolutely right.
And that's why Ruth came to her. Sometimes the parents or the family member, and that's why the lesson study.
Absolutely right. Okay, that's what the point that I was trying to make in every angle. And there's a question also being asked. How does the notion of home as the most important mission field affect your attitude towards the people who live with you? Work together as a family to prepare a list of specific efforts your family can make to lead and save the relatives for Christ. A very solemn question to be asked. A very solemn question to be asked. Let's go forward. And then, ultimately, we go to the two sisters, and it is peace that wins. Is it true? Peace that wins. Is it true? How is this a How does peace wins? It talks about the blessing of being a Christian partner. In 1 Corinthians chapter 4, was respond to converts concerning their staying married to an unbelieving spouse. Just imagine a person who's got married to an unbelieving spouse. Love is blind. No, in the name of love, we become blind. God said, don't get married with heathen. Okay? That doesn't mean that He hates heathen. No. He will inculcate a lot of His attitude and thought towards you, and your faith will be absolutely shattered. But still, you make a commitment to get married to a heathen. What happens? What happens? But once you get married, and then we have a chance to say that, oh, this lady or this man is not being able to follow my footsteps, so I am following the right principles, so if she is not valid, you just leave her away. Is it right or wrong? Biblically. Why not? She's not following my principles. My faith is shattered. I'm not able to make a commitment. I'm not able to worship. I'm not able to pray. Harassing. And Proverbs says, it's not so good to live with a contentious person. How can it be wrong?
So many of my co-workers have got married from
Right example. Okay.
Adventist faith.
Uh-huh.
So when the children are born, then they say, oh, we can take them to the Baptist church, we take them to Adventist church. And finally my co-workers end up in not going to church at all. No church, no baptism, no Baptist church, no Adventist church.
No church at all. No church at all. And this is the go to some place will be better, right?
And even when you talk about biblical things and refresh their memories to them, oh, they say, oh, my husband or my wife is so important to me, so we have to go through that.
Family first. Okay.
Yeah. So, for people like that, this lesson study is very important because it says,
Put them away.
no, you can't put them away, but you can show concern and Christ-like character in you, so other person can be drawn to that, to Christ.
The Bible is absolutely very clear. And Paul also states it very clearly. If you are married to an unbeliever, stick on to it. For the mistake most probably you have committed, the consequences you have to face, there is no option. But if we can be able to be persistently be with God and praising Him and show that love, kindness, and gentleness in your words, in your actions, in your thoughts, one day they will. I know a lot of examples. I know a person who comes to High Street Church in Bangalore. Basically, they were Catholics, and he got converted. And for 7 long years, wife was so adamant. She never did it properly. She never did anything. But as soon as he came to the truth, he came to know about the truth, he followed the biblical examples and principles in every angle. After 7 years, she was converted, absolutely. Amen? And today those couples have become a living testimony to the whole of High Street Church. That's not their name, I'm sorry. Okay? That's the real story. So persistently following God's will and showing our kindness. So what I want to say is, who knows? In this process of life, you're winning souls for Christ. That's what is important.
I have a question.
Please.
Most often we quote the Bible text, be not unequally yoked. Okay? And we think it's related to the religion, that it could be on the larger scale. Supposing you got married to somebody from the same religion, and both are at different walks of their faith life. One may be just not converted at all, although may be in the same religion. How do you see in such a picture? People belong to the same church, but not in the same maturity level, in the spiritual sense. And then one spouse wants the other one quickly catch up, and the other one is, what is that?
The first and the foremost thing is, that's the reason before you choose your spouses, you have to be how much you're supposed to pray and get things done. When the first part of the shirt is wrong, everything is wrong. Yeah. But praise God, God has a provision made. I have my own story of my parents. My father is from the CSI background, my mother is an actress. They fell in love, got married, never been a happy life for nearly 20 long years, I guess. But when my father died, he mentioned one very good thing. You know my mom, right?
I know.
Okay, yeah, he was. You know what my father said when he was dying on his deathbed? I have hope in Jesus Christ because of you. My mother never gave up. My father was a smoker, chain smoker. He used to drink. He used to do a lot of things. My mother said, every day fight. My mother got beatings every time. That's the reality. But my mother never gave up. When my father died, he mentioned this. If I will be there in heaven, it is because of you. What a testimony. He died in the year 2005. Lung cancer. But he gave his testimony.
It's not only with the spouses, but it happens in the families too. Because some of the nephews, nieces, they try to go away from the word of God, and when we try to talk to them or reason with them about Adventist belief, even though they're raised that way, but sometimes they have too many questions. They say Adventists are hypocrites too. So, in those conditions, I think we have to really show Christ-like character, that we have to live a life that will bring you to Christ.
The problem with each one of us is we are in denominational oriented. We have led our children to Adventist church. We have led our children to Catholic church. We have led our children to Baptist church. Right? We have led our children to Lutheran church. But I want to ask you the simple question. Please let us lead our children to Jesus Christ and the truth. That's important. Following Sabbath is not Adventist. No. Following Sabbath is biblical. Baptism of immersion is not Adventist or Baptist church. It is follow Bible and Jesus, not the church. I tell this so strongly. Not that we have to designate our church, no. That's the life support for each one of us, because even as a church we become failures because of our own traits and our characters have not been absolutely aligned with God. That's one of the reasons we are responsible as a church in molding a youth or a young. And that's one of the reasons they try to blame as a church. Of course, Christ loved the church with all our infirmities and all our difficulties. And church is a place for sinners, not saints. And we have to make our children, our every understand that what? People go to the hospital for what? For healing. You can't expect a person who doesn't have a cancer to go to cancer hospital. No. You see how we mold our children. But the beauty is this. It says loving kindness, unwavering fidelity, humble service, and winsome witness on the part of the believers create the greatest likelihood of winning a non-Christian spouse. Submission in a Christian marriage arises out of reverence for Christ. When a spouse relates with Christian submission of an unbelieving partner, the first allegiance is always to Christ. Faithfulness to the claims of God on one's life does not require a spouse to suffer abuse in the hands of a violent partner. But with your kind Christian gestures, what has been mentioned today, if you and I could be able to adhere, the Lord in His infinite mercy will be the one who gives fruits in each one of our lives. Amen? He's the one. We follow Him faithfully, and He will be able to be faithful to be able to be so Christ. Any questions in this regard? So peace always wins.
Pastor, as a counselor, if a couple comes to you, both of the same religion, and there is abusive relationship, what would you advise? Bible says, okay, forbear.
Well, that's a good question. Okay, that's a very good question. Okay. Yes, there are many couples who have come. Most of the families who got married with the unbelieving partners, they are more happier than the people who are in the so-called, even in the 100 community. We have a lot of problems than others, to be very honest with you. Sometimes we have to chasten them. We have to know the root cause where the problem is all about. Most probably, if I have to say, the wife always starts speaking and the husband is absolutely very calm. Or both start shouting. Both have difficulties. Some problem arises because somewhere it has been created. So what we do as counselors, we go into the root of the problem. So every family differs. So the basic fundamental principle, what I do able to follow is I go to the roots of the problem, number one. And if I know the root of the problem, see, diagnosing the problem is the difficult part. If you can diagnose the problem, treatment is absolutely good. Now, what I use is, I use biblical methods of counseling. Actually, in a counseling method, we're not supposed to bring religion and a whole lot of things are there. But I use the biblical methods still, there. Like, for example, if the wife is talking so much, I have the verses from the Bible, this is what it is. If the husband is getting angry, I know. If the husband is not giving much time, and what is supposed to be done. You see, I go by those principles. Did you get my point? So I go to the root of the problem, diagnose the problem, and see what the best we can be able to deliver through the biblical means, because both are on the same faith. And they can dispute on my words, but they can't be able to dispute. Because the Bible says if a wife is so angry every time, every time she is angry, the Bible says it is very hard to be with a person. Don't ever even, in fact, last week we learned, don't ever be with a person who is angry. So which means I tell the spouse, okay, you're angry, the Bible says, so you think so your husband should not be with you? you're married, it is for your lifelong. What are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to, you know the answer. How we can be able to? So you can't do it alone. Prayer, fasting and praying, have you able to do it? You know, in my family, I'm very, not say proud to say or something, but God in His own infinite mercy, in our own family, we have morning and evening worship. Every day, morning and evening worship. 18 years of marriage, we never had an argument. Most probably one major argument we had for one day, I think so, in this 18 years. That's all. We never fought. Why? Not because I'm a good man, no way. Because Christ becomes the centrifugal force of our life when we put Christ first. Everything will go on the way it's supposed to. I have a lot of imperfections in my life. But yesterday, when I was talking to my wife, my wife was saying, "Oh, everything happens only the way how we want to." Just jokingly, she was saying, "Everything you want to. Why you want to bring me into picture? Don't blame me like this. Don't blame me." She was just talking with fun, I asked her a question. When did I ever blame you in this 18 long years you tell me? I said, what I'm going to say is, biblical principles are even till today fresh. I said we have 172,000 pages in our law books. Everything connected with the 10 Commandments. If we can be able to just keep that, all the others will just follow it. Simple. Brother Anand, you have to remind me, what's the time now?
But the question that Jyoti asked, so what's the final thing? Because you talk about counseling, and if the person is still abusing the other spouse, what's the advice?
Yeah, so usually what happens is, if there are abuse you, parents, this way and things like that. As I said, I will find out what's the root of the problem. Either it's from mother, father, or both of them. That's the main and the foremost thing. And I asked them the question, if they are Adventists, I asked them, are you really Adventist? Yes, when were you baptized? Okay, how were your parents? Okay, everything I would like to find out in every act of respect. I to guide them. See, we as counselors, we can only lead and guide. We can't be able to tell them this. But if they're abusing and things like that, we tell them this is absolutely wrong. Of course, the law takes its own course in this land. In India, they talk about abuse, it doesn't make any sense at all, to be very honest with you. Like beating a child or beating a wife and things like that doesn't make any sense. You go to police and things like that, they will trash you and send you back again. Here, the laws are different. So how we maintain there, it is different. But I'm telling you, most of the parents, they come to the realization. And we start and kneel down and pray. I'm telling you, sister, you will not believe, this will not make sense in a counseling world, but kneel down and pray for them with tears and make them understand, realize their mistakes and things like that. 95% of the parents are able to come. I've experienced that in my own life. With a lot of people when they come. Yes.
A lot of times we practice religion for the sake of practice. There's morning, evening worship, and every morning, evening abuse also. What I mean to say is the devil is so clever. He attacks the Christian families much more. He attacks the families much more than I would say the others. Because we may be practicing religion just for the sake of it, and we will not realize that we are putting up a kind of a form of godliness. They could even be deacons or elders or pastors, and they still have abusive relationships at home and not set the right examples. And most often, if they realize that God is the center and me is never first, it's God first, the problem will be solved. It's because they recognize the need for God.
To be very honest with you, I have a live example, very live example. Most probably that was in the year 2005-06. I was pastoring in a church, and we have a prominent elder. That is a live example, absolutely live example, absolutely live example. And he got married to an unbeliever. But this guy was a prominent elder. He knows the prophecy, he knows Sabbath, he does everything, he keeps the Sabbath, he's so distinct, his dress is simple. When he comes to the church, and things like that. He's so humble, so simple, and things like that. But when you go to his house, he's a tyrant. Nobody knows that. Nobody dare enough to go and ask him to.
So I know people like that too.
Life example I'm talking about. I was just a young guy, nearly 35 years old then. He is nearly 45, 50 years old. He's had this for such a long time. You know how this to thrash the children, how this to thrash his wife. But when he comes to the church, he was absolutely very silent. Nothing. You know, I was there, the church pastor, election came, everybody was electing. Because everybody used to get afraid. You know, I had to encounter him and the wife came and said, no pastor was able to solve this problem. Even elders, they were unable to. But they saw me preaching the way how I do, and they thought that this pastor can do something. Let the Lord be the witness. I'm telling you. And somehow a time came where I had to stop him being elected in the church. He started to show his aggressiveness. He started to do a whole lot of things. The very nature that you're doing, it doesn't fit to be an elder. And I said him one thing. According to me personally, I was not rude. As pastors, we can't be rude. At the same time, when we make statements, we have to be absolutely very clear. And I asked him about his own family life, showing the biblical principles. What am I supposed to do? Every family, I was there for pastoring for 5 odd years. He never repented. He never recanted. But I also stood firm in my decisions as a pastor. After me coming to Bangalore, working there, and I went there to visit, the church there. He started crying. We never realized when we were there, pastor. I'm not the way home now. What I'm going to say is this. Many times, you might not be able to see a sudden change happening in people's life. Take the example of Manasseh. Manasseh was one of the most ruthless kings ever lived. One of the ruthless kings. But in the later part of his days, he repented and he recanted. What about his father Hezekiah? He was all along the way a very good king. At the last, what happened? He desecrated God. Anything can happen. Who has more chances? We might be looking at a person who is abusive, who is doing that, his works is not an Adventist, fine. But who knows, at the last moment, he might be able to turn out to be a good person. So what is the responsibility of a church and you and me? Lead and guide people in the right direction. Today you sow, and tomorrow, most probably, the Lord in His own infinite mercy will be able to see the fruits. But the question is, have we sown the seed is more important. Does it make sense? As a pastor, every family comes with different problems. But as we approach, we diagnose the problem where the root causes are about. And we make them very plain and true. This is what the right is all about. This is what the wrong is all about. That's what the biblical stand is all about. So you have to decide. You become a hypocrite in every angle. The Bible says you are a hypocrite. There's no option. And we have to accept. And the Bible says it, we have to accept it. That's all. So when we talk about counseling, when we talk about leading and guiding people, there's a way how we be able to do it. But with all gentleness, with loving kindness, peace always wins. That's what we need to say. Okay, we move on.
One more thing.
Yes, please.
What I would suggest is the person, the abuser should seek counseling. And by the meantime, they should have a temporary separation until that person make a change. Because you pray, be waiting for God to do what He has to do on that person. By the meantime that other person is being abused, it's not fair. And God does not like to see people living in an unhappy relationship.
Yeah, you're absolutely
By the
right.
meantime, it's not that you tell them to divorce, but let them separate temporarily. And that person needs help. The person who is the abuser needs help.
Yeah, that's
That is done.
the book of the law. Yes, that says that. Absolutely, yeah. That's the way how it is supposed to go about and things like that. I appreciate that one very handled. But many a times I might be wrong, but I don't want to be wrong in this angle. Neither misrepresent something, but just what for the example of my parents. Like, they were never separated, but they were not being able to, in spite of all the abuses and things like that, and they were able to stick on, and the commitment for my mother, I appreciate my mother. I'm not saying it should be an example to everybody and things like that, but the one thing I will be able to draw is your persistent relying upon God for help will certainly eat fruits on another end. There were two persons, so for examples we'll just go on, but as you said, if there's very intensiveness of abuse, it would be nice for them to be able to be separated for a while, to be able to realize. But I think as a spiritual way of life, if that has been given, again, they might have an opportunity to turn in a different direction altogether. Two, there might be chances also. That's what I would say. Okay? But that's good to separate for a while and things like that, that have its own consequences. Again, I've seen people who are able to be separated this way, and then, they know that my husband has abused you, or wife has abused you, and they parted for a while, for a week or two, they found another life partner, who was so loving and kind and things like that. And there was chances again that, being able to release the obey also. There are chances that way also. So it depends on individual circumstances. Hope the Lord will give us wisdom to be able to act rightly at the discretion of the right time. That's what I say. Any questions again? Also, we will try to wind up as I'll just follow just 2 minutes more. And then, this is an interesting topic. I know that, but I want to just read the power of the home in evangelism. Far more powerful than any sermon that can be preached is the influence of a true home upon human hearts and lives. Our sphere of influence may seem narrow, our abilities small, our opportunities few, our acquirements limited, yet wonderful possibilities are ours through a faithful use of the opportunities of our own homes. Evangelism. That makes sense? Any questions? Again, the question comes, what have you seen in your home? Anything to contribute? Anyway, thank you very much. And God is so gracious that our families be an instrument used by the righteous right hand of Christ in this last day, so that we could be a powerful tools in the hands of Christ to win souls for Christ to our families. With all this, each one of us.